What's going on? This is your boy Common KHAN_man.510. That's the Bay. Catch me on Universal Debates. Catch me on What It Sound Like podcast, where you get your best reviews and interviews. Catch me on the BLERD Cartel. You know we doing well. And catch me on BLERD Proof Entertainment on TapN No CapN, where basically if you're a BLERD and you see anything, what's your opinion? Junior.
What's happening, man? It's your boy Straw Hat Juki. Make it do what it doofy, man. You can catch me here, there, and everywhere else like air, man. Back for another one. You know what I mean?
BMT.
What's going on, everybody? It's your co-host BMT. I'm just wearing the hoodie. Happy beloved holidays. If you believe in the holidays, we about to go in and talk about these topics. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and share the video to all the Facebook groups. And if you're definitely interested, hit us up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. How y'all feeling today?
No, it's another one like the other one, man. I can't call it. It's your world, player. We just living in it.
BMT.
I'm mixed emotion about the holidays. Because
we got a guest star. Tish, what's
happening?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
She being game goofy today because she's sick. She under the weather. She don't want to show her face.
Yeah, so if y'all hear me coughing here and there, I'm sorry.
Don't tell her she got that shit.
Oh, man.
No, it's just a little cold. I'm getting over it now, but yeah, I've been a little sick for a couple days.
I feel it. How you feeling about this whole case situation?
Oh goodness. To be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest. I really don't give a fuck about neither one of them. Excuse my profanity, but I really don't care about neither one. But I mean, hey, they said all evidence leads to, the final decision. The final decision says he's guilty. So, hey, he's where he's at until, somebody else bring up something different.
What evidence, though?
Shit, you tell me. The only thing that I know of that's been mentioned so much is, Megan's foot being seen bleeding, but I mean, that could have happened from anything. Who knows?
Right.
It was already said
they said they was pulling out bullet fragments. So I mean, I'm confused on how the fragments hit, but the actual bullet. Ain't nobody really explained that to me yet.
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna break it down. Can we do demonstration, bro? Can we do demonstration?
You do that? You about to go shoot somebody?
No.
I about to pull out that Eddie Murphy and Della Reese.
No. I ain't about to do all that. I'm not about to do all of that. But we do have an educational class.
Okay.
We can be
pulled out the briefcase.
Okay.
I do like to teach. Safety for everybody. We all about safety here. So, okay, clear. All right. So, I want y'all to understand.
I don't want to be the witness of nobody dying.
No. So, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. This is educational. This is educational purposes. Whenever you fire a firearm, right? There is gun residue always going to be on the person who fires it. You understand? Because every round has gunpowder in there, right? So When you fire a round, you're going to have gunpowder on, you know what I'm saying, the hand. If
Right.
something was discharged, boom, cases come out, that gunpowder going to go up, and wherever your hand is going to be on, is going to be on there. I'm just saying, unless it's an Illuminati bullet, imaginary, either he got a robotic hand, that don't make sense because all they got to do is ballistic, and I'm pretty sure LAPD should have the technology to check his hand, check the casing, check the firearm, and all you can do, you can find out a lot by when you fire a round out of the firearm. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I kind of say, like, unless that's an imaginary bullet or that's a pretty, I got a question, and I've been firing firearms for a long time. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look,
Like,
unfortunately, we don't live in a world with the brightest of the bunch, so they probably didn't even think about that, to be honest.
but see,
No,
but
Like you
that's
gotta think, you gotta
crazy.
think about how cases go, and you can't say that there hasn't been a case where you just looking at it, and you like, okay, so they didn't bring this, and that up. Like how they missed that? Like I don't understand. So that person going to jail for that, but they not going to check this, and that. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I mean, yeah, you're right, but hey, some people just don't
so,
think
But
about
see,
all of that.
The thing
what's
was,
your
though, in the
go
beginning,
ahead.
they said it was inconclusive that he had any type of gun residue or anything on him. Then it came back that he did, and then it came back that they both had gun residue, him and the girl Kelsey. So it's like the story is not coming
Mm.
together too properly for it to be a guilty verdict, especially on all three charges. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm just looking at it from, we've all sat in a car from the front, passenger front, back, and the right. Listen, you mean to tell me if there was an argument, like we all said it, let's say like how we are now. You mean to tell me ain't none of us gonna see if Khan and Juicy were in the front, them two, and nobody see nothing. Everybody on their cell phone just overlooking that, or pretty much hell, if a gun go off in the car, ain't no way you could tell me nobody did see who shot the gun, bro. At that point, I'm like, okay, bro, somebody getting paid something to just be quiet. Like I'm not. I don't got to be the brightest one in the room or the brightest firefly. I'm just saying, it's one thing somebody sneak a fart. You can't sneak a gunshot in no damn car, bro. And that's why I call the cat.
So who
Ain't
you
no
think did
way.
it?
Shit, whoever the bitch with the gun. Everybody said it's a bitch with the gun. I'm just saying, now here's the thing about it. Tory Lane, I'm not gonna cap. He does have an attitude temperature problem. Whenever somebody talks shit, that brother ain't quick. He quick to throw his hands. But wouldn't there have be some kind of pattern of him pulling out guns on niggas rather than, you know what I'm saying? There would be a pattern of him pulling guns on people.
I mean,
This is
you
literally.
never really
Mhm.
know though. Like people get real gun happy, especially when it's an experience that they've never had, and I've witnessed it firsthand way too many times. Especially former military, and seeing people finally have a weapon in their hand, and then they act crazy like they know what they're doing. There's people that have lost their lives over it. There are people that they shoot themselves because they don't know what they're doing. They're getting too happy playing around with a gun, ain't had no training, didn't go to the range or nothing like that. So I mean, you never really know what the case is with situations like that. That could have been his first time really getting pissed off with a weapon in his hand, and he like, hey, I'm about to use it. I got it. Let me use it.
What's your thoughts about that, Con? What's your thoughts about that, Con? You know what I'm saying? I know we all had a gun in our hand at some point. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100.
So we there's three of us right now. That's all military, but at least two of us is from the hood. Me and you. So I don't think that we ain't none of us is uneducated when it comes to gun handling, safety, and how it works. You know what I'm saying? I think that if somebody was going to shoot somebody, they would be shot, especially as many rounds that was fired. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that bullet fragments was pulled out and nothing else, it is just like, okay, I'm honestly confused on how is that necessarily the accounts that he got hit for. How can those things be if she didn't really get hit? People keep making it seem like she got shot, but those is fragments. That's not an actual bullet. So I don't know. Do y'all think that counts?
I mean, is it possible that the bullet went straight through? And I don't want y'all to think that I'm siding with her. I promise I'm not siding.
No. You asked a legit question.
Well, I mean, we know for a fact it didn't know. They already said that it was, first they said it was a graze. She got grazed or whatever. Then it was fragments that got caught in her foot. So we know it didn't go through. And we know based off that body video, it didn't go through because it's scientifically possible for you to be able to be doing all that dancing and knee crouching and stuff like that.
I respect,
bro. It's just not scientifically possible, bro. I don't give a fuck how strong, how resilient, or how Texas you are. You're not doing that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, and I've seen a lot of brothers get shot, the leg and foot, hell, get grazed. They don't just jump straight back on PlayStation or Xbox. Like, that kind of fucks you up mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking for somebody who's been down that line. You know,
definitely questioning that too, though. Not gonna lie.
Right. Like, I'm like, sorry, bro. For all of us who've never been popped before, we like, damn, how you gonna get shot one day, then you on the music set dancing, and I'm like, it's a miracle. That's a full recovery. And I'm an example. I'm a gunshot victim, so I know for a fact. I've said in groups and meetings and conversations with other people that have been shot. You feel me? My homegirl, she got grazed in the foot in a drive-by. You feel me? This is a drive-by. A car moving by, the bullet ricocheted off something else and hit her in the foot. She was out of commission for a whole year. She got shot, like a month or two after Megan Thee Stallion did. And if you getting shot close range versus somebody who got hit by a ricochet bullet in a drive-by and they out of commission for a whole year, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I was talking to a couple of my friends the other day about that. Like, hold on, I ain't never seen her with no crutches or nothing.
Nothing.
Nah, no wheelchair, no wheelchair or nothing. Like, I'm pretty confused.
No cast, no
I'm like, I really don't know what side to really lean on as to who's cap and who's not. Like, it's
like that's the interesting thing, right? And that's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think like you're an industry product. So if you're an industry product and you get hurt, right? Your manager, is going to be like, hey, bro, put her in a wheelchair, a crutch. And we done seen some celebrities in the goddamn wheelchair crutch on stage being pushed around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing their whole damn show. I'm just finding that interesting that, you doing videos and walking out, and this y'all, I don't want y'all to think, oh man, they're off of abuse or what. No, y'all gotta stop that emotional pandering bullshit, man. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, I've done had a few females in my time when they get hot or they bothered by a BT, you da 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 da. I was like, how the fuck did you get my pistol? I'm sorry, Poppy. I just got angry. Sometimes girls lose their mind and they end up with a butter knife and a pistol in their hand. And I'm like, put that shit down and talk to me. The fuck you doing with the
people you mess with?
Listen, it's called life. It's called life, T. Shit happens, man. You come on now. You're a female. You know exactly. Sometimes you trying to get through to that nigga and your hands just start swinging. It's a thing. It's okay.
Okay, so I don't do that shit personally, but I've seen it though, so I know what you're saying.
Right. So I'm not, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if she would have admit I got upset, I knew my man had his gun. I just wanted him to feel what I felt, like the same kind of pain. If Meg would have said that shit, okay. She probably would have got a fucking video with Summer Walker, one of them goddamn victim bitches. She probably would have got a video with one of them. But you went on the rant saying Tory shot me. And Tory Lanez is like, whoa. Right. That's no different than, and I'm gonna show y'all. This is why I know. This is why a lot of fellas are silent. This is like when females say, "I'm trying to talk to you." I'm trying to talk to you. Like, hold on, I'll move you out of the way of the door. You see, sometimes we overshoot something to try to keep that man in that situation. This is why a lot of men, ladies, I'm telling y'all, this is going to cause a big rift on how some men start looking at this situation. Like, damn, I better tell my girl with my gun at me. I don't want this Meg Stallion shit to pop off on me. Like, fuck that. Like, Like, so it's a toss up. It's a toss up. But I know a lot of brothers, they ask their old girl to go buy them a gun. But then the same sense, it'd be the same gun that get used on their ass. That's the irony of the goddamn motherfucker. I'm like, well, goddamn, bro. So nobody saw who shot the gun. Then they said it was a female. Then your own homegirl turned on you, Megan, and started spilling all the tea on your ass. Now all of a sudden you go quiet when other dudes started. Every dude who said, "Yo, Megan, you full of shit," the females jumped on them. But then some of the females all the other females, they quiet. So I'm just saying, man, all she got is the goddamn Me Too squad to back her up. Hey, I don't know, man.
They all delusional. They not logical thinkers right now. They just, me too, bitch, me too. Man, come on, bro. The facts is on the table, bro. Y'all don't have a motive. Y'all don't have conclusive evidence saying that this man did or could have done this. Everything y'all done talked about in court, everything that have been posted to social media, all leads to Kelsey being the one who shot Megan over a dick feud. You feel me? Because they both was fucking the same nigga. And it went left. And how many times have we seen females and friends or whatever get into it behind a nigga? They could be the closest of friend, but let a nigga get in the mix and they get into it. They arguing, they talking about each other on social media, all kinds of shit.
Can I actually play a clip on that right now? Hold on. I want to play a clip on that right now. Hold on real quick. I'm assuming it is.
It's exclusive.
Kelsey, bitch, Kylie told us it's time for us to go. Tory drops the bombshell that he had been hooking up with Meg. Kelsey did not know this. The first time she learned this is in that car. That's when the argument ensues. That's when just lots of arguing is going back and forth. The prosecutor really tried to pin it down and make it look like the argument was only between Tory and Meg, and Kelsey was adamant that everybody was arguing with each other. It was a mess. The prosecutors asked her about it. Was there ever a threat made by Tory to shoot? She said yes. Prosecutor asked her, what's the context? She said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. You can only...
Who was that?
And that's another thing, bro. It's like Kelsey kept invoking her Fifth Amendment, bro. It's like it made the shit sound fishy. It made it sound fishy from the jump. It's like you trying to not incriminate yourself but still tell a story at the same time. Why would you do that unless you got something to hide or something that can implement you as the possible shooter? Like this guy, come on, bro. Come on.
Now, see,
who's the person that was speaking?
I think that was Tory's lawyer.
That's lawyer for the people or something. I think is his name. He was in the court proceedings and everything.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. that's where the lawyer is supposed to start squeezing that person in the court and saying, "Hey, Your Honor, this person was holding information." And because when you swear on that stand, fuck how you say, "Well, my fifth, your fifth got pulled off the table when you step on that stand. Unless you lie, and if you get caught lying, now your ass is in the hot seat. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like it motherfuckers who done been through similar situations smell the bullshit. We universally tapped in, saying, "Tori, I see what's happening to you, my nigga. I feel you, bro. It's just that you're a bigger fish that they taking out, bro. I get it, bro. Like the odds are stacked against you, bro. I don't know. You're gonna have to just give up your whole catalog or some shit for them to leave you the fuck alone, bro. Because that's what it's about, bro.
And look, so I really have, I got a theory on that, what you just said too. So do y'all remember in 2020, right, earlier in the year, Megan Thee Stallion had jumped on live crying and everything, talking about how the contract and label that she was under would not let her release any new music or anything like that, right? And she got on Instagram live crying for help. Now, in all our years, we ain't never seen nobody get pulled out their contract civilized or, that fast. You feel me? So literally the next day, she jumps back on Instagram saying, "Oh, she's been saved. Somebody made a phone call for her. Some people came through and fixed her situation." All right, cool. Now, a couple months after that, we see Megan and Tory kicking it and everything through the media or whatever. But then a couple months after that, we see that Tory Lanez finally finished his last album with his current label, and he got the ownership of all his masters back to his music. And at this time, bro was popping, you feel me? Especially during the pandemic, you feel me? He was probably the most poppingest artist during the pandemic, bro, mainstream wise. You feel me? I really believe that whoever helped out her, they say it's possibly Rock Nation. They say Rock Nation might have something to do with it. But I believe that she got that phone call from whoever it was that helped her and was like, "Hey, you remember that favor we did you? You remember that contract we got you out of? All right, now we need our favor back. We see that you've been kicking it around Tory Lanez, and unfortunately, we got some unfinished business with bruh, and we gonna need you to act on it." And that's what happened, because when the situation first happened, she said nothing happened to her. She said nobody shot her, nobody did nothing to her. You feel me? She cut her foot or whatever the case may be. Then here's Tory's legal team pleading his innocence, and she gets offended by that and just
Your voice going out, Joe.
I don't really know about that part. I don't know about that.
I wish your video was on so we can see your facial expression about it.
Hey, just know my face turning right now. Like, I was following you until that part, because okay, so I remember her saying it just got cut or whatever. I remember that happening, and then it switched up. So it definitely had me looking at her like, all right. But I'm like, if I'm putting myself in her shoes, and that's not to say that's what actually happened. I'm just thinking about it, thinking about how I would go through with it, which is, a possible way it could have happened. All right, cool. I say I got my foot cut, and I'm trying to just stay out of the mix. So that's why I said it. The legal team comes in. His legal team comes in and starts talking shit and whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, he's innocent, and this, and this is why." And they're saying every way it's why, the reason why, and it got me looking crazy. If you got me looking crazy after I tried to brush it off, I'm definitely coming back and proving my case and let you know, it didn't happen like that. You definitely did. This actually did happen. I was trying to brush it off, but since you trying to make me look crazy, I'm gonna just double up on that. So I get what you're saying about her switching up the story, but at the same time, if somebody coming for you got you looking crazy after you tried to brush it off, I'm not gonna let that slide. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's kind of a hard argument to bring up in Tory Lanez's defense.
I'm gonna
Because if
say,
you gotta
you know
defend
what?
yourself, you gotta defend yourself at some point.
Hey, Satan.
I'm gonna say that what, like I said, with her story is his repertoire of getting into domestic altercation. Uh, I'm gonna say that with her story, and this is why I try to tell a lot of this is what I try to tell a lot of black men, man. Like a lot of stuff you do can come back to haunt you. You feel what I'm saying? Like if people known that you quick to get into an attitude or you know what I'm saying, like fights and shit, then it's easier to pimp. But I'm mind they're gonna play that kind of shit on you at court. You know what I'm saying? So you running up and slapping niggas in the face and doing all that shit, they're gonna say, well, see, Your Honor, he is pretty violent. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, I've been in court plenty of times and seen, not that I've been it, but I know men that been down there and they're not bad, but they got attitude problem. Well, I guess that makes them, they are bad. But the shit about it is, I try to tell a lot of dudes, like my father told me, like, hey, bro, y'all got to get that attitude shit in check because one day you're going to need somebody to believe your ass and it's going to be hard because everybody know that you quick to violence. You feel me? So that's, but then also the same thing, I'm also saying this towards the ladies. If you know a man has an attitude, don't think your poom poom can soothe the savage beast. Like, I'm just trying to let a lot of females know that shit for real. Like, well, he don't act like that towards me. Wrong. It just got to be the right day, the right time, and that shit can turn and dial up. Now, I'm not saying Meg is any kind of angel shit. That's like everybody thinking that goddamn Bobby and Whitney, that Whitney was on, Bobby was on fight. Whitney, when she on that snuff, she be throwing hands too. And so y'all gotta understand, like these kind of DV things, especially when it comes to high profile, I believe shit got out of their hands where they couldn't really diffuse it. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much that's where other people got involved and started saying, well, now, girl, like I'm telling you right now, is she was able to get into like, everybody likes to be victims. Shout out to Mary J. Blige. Shout out to all them goddamn black women that sing them heartache songs about getting their ass beat. Because it's a profitable market. You feel me? And nobody cares about the victim. All they care about is goddamn. There's a story that we can get out of this. Or a few albums we can get out of this. You know, yeah. We got a bad habit of that shit, bro. We like trauma music, bro. That everybody don't give a fuck about how destituted that person is or how fucked up they are or what they go through. Only thing we want to know is, damn, like this shit is profitable. So that's the sad thing when it comes to this whole situation. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, is this bad? Could they have fixed it? Yeah. But the powers that be, you know what I'm saying, they just were too far gone in the situation. I bet you they were nobody, they probably be right back together. I'm just being dead ass. If they were nobody, they would be right back together. Like, I'm sorry, baby. Come on home, baby. But you know, it just got too out of hand.
I don't know about come on home, but we could squash it though.
Nah. But hold on. Females don't be taking back niggas that be fucking up.
I mean, Rihanna did the same thing with Chris Brown.
I'm not saying that females don't take guys back, and I'm not saying that guys don't take females back, because that happened too. You know, vice versa. But what I'm saying is, there's also a whole lot of women and a whole lot of men that ain't taking nobody back. Okay, I forgive you, but I won't forget though. So you're not coming back. Like, yeah, we could squash the beef, but that don't mean you coming back.
I'm coming back.
True fact.
I'm coming back.
Hell no. I'm not coming back. If I'm coming back, if I come back, it's not about love at that point. It's about me ready to beat your ass. That's what that is.
But see, that's the thing about it. I think that's a big issue. That's the thing about it that I think where we have an issue as black, or as just as in the culture. We're kind of told that's a sign of endurement. You know what I'm saying? That, well, granddaddy did it or grandma put up with it, so you should be able to, you know, deal with the fuck shit too. And I think that kind of put us into. No, but I know we saying that dead, but can we not? Are we not? I mean, it's in the music and it's in a lot of our movies and stuff. Like, we gotta be for real. Absolutely. Like that shit's real. Like, I'm like, damn. Everybody like, oh man, so Soul Food was a great movie. I'm like, nigga, you talking about learn? That was a pretty fucked up movie. What was the good shit about that movie? You missed the whole point. I'm like, God.
The only thing good about Soul Food was that they got the family back together for Sunday dinner.
Yeah. That was
I'm like, people think it's a joke, but breaking generational curses is a real thing.
Facts. Say it again for the people in the back.
Rewind. Everybody laugh at it, but breaking generational curses is a real thing. I
think you need to hit that tap button, Con, right there on that one. That's some real shit.
Yeah, you saw me. I was already ahead of yours for the tap it.
Oh God.
Okay, so let's.
I really feel like that's something we got to build on, breaking generational curses.
So on that topic, right? Because I have a video about her, but I did say that portion of the video by Candace Owens, who loves to talk trash about the black community.
Oh,
she said,
"There we go."
No, man, we said the same thing.
She did say some facts. She said that, do you think it's a generational curse to believe in not snitching? Because she said a part of the excuse for Megan Thee Stallion not confessing originally to her being shot or having fragments in her foot is the fact that she comes from a hip hop culture or black culture that believes in no snitching, especially because she's a female rap artist. How y'all feel about that?
I agree to an extent.
I believe it is partially. I do believe that takes play partially. But I mean, the generation we live in, shit, all these goddamn famous hip hop artists, motherfuckers telling. You gotta remember, these motherfuckers is actors at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You may not be on the big screen, but you're an actor or actress. You're putting on a persona or a character outside of who you may really be on your everyday life or the people who may really know you. You feel me? These motherfuckers have been bamboozling us for years.
I agree with it to an extent.
Go ahead.
I feel like there's really only a handful of people that really live by that and really embrace it. There's a lot of people that say, snitches get stitches and this and that, and I'm not no snitch. But when it really comes down to it, people start to talk, and it only take that one thing to get somebody really talking, So, I agree with it to an extent. At first, she probably was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna snitch. I'm not a snitch. That's how I was raised, and this and that." And then shit started to get really hot, and then she was like, "All right, you know what? Let me go ahead and speak up."
Yeah, because her logic in the beginning, it made sense. Don't get me wrong. When she was like, "Oh, at that time, police was killing men, killing black people," and she was like, "I'm not gonna sit here and tell the police that's a whole bunch of black people got a gun in the car and blah blah blah." That part I do understand. It just was how hard. Out of the blue, a motherfucker just start coming down on a nigga like, okay, like, can we stick to the first story? Because, like, you just contradicting yourself now. But even though she may be telling her truth or maybe telling a lie, it's just the fact that you contradicted the story now, so it make it hard to believe. It's like somebody crying wolf. It's like you done told this story so many times, it's hard to believe on what's true now because 1 minute he didn't do it, 1 minute he did. And the same thing go for the ballistics people. The doctor say he never pulled no bullet fragments out of her foot. It was all glass. But as soon as the trial start, now there's bullet fragments, and she supposedly had a surgery to remove bullet fragments and all this other stuff. It's like, what was this information in the beginning?
I'm gonna tell you.
What y'all think? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. And the thing about it is, first of all, I don't listen to shit that bald head scalawag bitch gotta say. That bitch, there ain't nothing but lies and lies and lies.
You guys are so screwed now.
You can't take that bitch serious, man. That bitch is evil and incarnated, bro. You gotta understand that if she got that much smoke for the hip hop community, then keep that same energy for rock and roll and metal and all that shit. All your Trump supporters, they love to goddamn get involved in it. Because them same white folks be going hard for their man, and they'll understand to keep their goddamn mafia or whatever also families. And so you mad that the byproduct of the black culture, we copy and sue what y'all motherfuckers be doing. Except the thing about it is, It'd be y'all husbands be the ones that be pulling the trigger on our sons. So to that extent, it was not that, because the thing about it was, again, I know other cultures, if they can keep the drama in-house or the domestic thing in-house, they'll do it. I'm telling you, I'm being fat. I've been around the Browns. If they you think they are ready to kill each other, but the minute police yell so, motherfucker, ain't nobody saying shit. There could be blood, fucking somebody missing a hand. Nobody saw shit, and y'all go, they cover up because they don't want to snitch. No, but they handle that shit in-house. Again, that's not no because of hip hop culture. That's because doggone sometimes a woman is trying to get through to the man, and a lot of shit gets heated. And doggone, here you go. The police come in. Well, I can deal with it. I can take it. Well, if you take my husband, I just wanted him to back up. Y'all put him in the grave and shit. I didn't ask y'all to do all that. That's what God is taking it too far. So I don't believe shit that she's saying about nothing that anything. Like I said, man.
Aisha wants to know, who does that help? That sentiment that you're saying right now, who does that help? And,
who does that help?
And Tish, I want you to hold your thought because I know you was gonna chime in and access.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit it like this. I'm gonna hit it at it like this. It don't help black people. Because goddamn, I'm a byproduct of the system that helped cultivate my mindset. Let's keep it a buck. The same system that helped cultivate my mindset that tells y'all that we drown, we abuse, that y'all X, Y, and Z. Well, shit. It tells you that we bad and everybody else is good. But everybody else does do TV shows called the Mafia and all this other shit. And they be doing that on high octane. Shout out to the Epsteins and all of them motherfuckers that be doing multi-million-dollar abuse goddamn shit. Nobody ever questioned them, but y'all saying, well, helps us. Well, I find it very interesting. They'll make a song about y'all black women getting beat, black men on drugs. They'll make songs and dances about that shit. Y'all don't get on them, but y'all say, well, it's be black men. No.
Hey, BNT, I think you need to clarify for
Aisha.
I'm trying to...
She's specifying. So listen, the BMT, check this out. So she said, keeping domestic in-house benefits black people.
Well, see, here's the thing about it. No, here's the thing about it. And see, I'm trying to help you understand, Aisha. It's got to be something in-house. Hold on. Daddy preaching right now. Something in-house, we got to handle on our own. I know y'all don't like how we handle our own, but I'd rather it be a black man or a black woman help get my shit together than it be a white man put me in handcuffs or put me on that goddamn chart on getting my shit together. We don't need everybody, but guess what? They damn sure don't ask y'all black asses to help them fix their community, but y'all ready to go ask other motherfuckers to come fix their shit? No, man.
We fix their community unwillingly.
All right, so listen,
you know what
right?
I'm saying? Go ahead.
Are you done?
And Aisha, that's not me coming at you. That's not me coming at you, Aisha. That's not me coming at you, B. Go ahead.
Okay, so like, I got two sides to this. I totally get what you're saying, because I'm all about, and because you see me on Instagram or whatever, I'm all about, black people, we do our thing. We got to ride for each other. We got to do better. I'm all about that. So I definitely get what you're saying about, taking care of each other, basically, is what you're saying. Basically, take care of each other. I was raised in a house of real tough love, and so we handle stuff in-house. So like, I get what you're saying, but I think the confusion comes in when it becomes too difficult to handle in-house and you have no one else to lean towards to come and help you. So there are situations where it becomes a life or death situation. It's like, okay, well, do I keep this? Okay, for example, my husband, he abused me or whatever, he beating my ass every day. And every day it gets worse and worse to the point where, one day it's a knife. The next day, is shit, I don't know, a fucking hammer to the foot. Next thing you know, it's a gun to the head. It just keeps getting worse. So it's like, at that point, who do you call? You know what I'm saying? We as black people, we don't have too many resources or too many people to rely on. So, sometimes you end up with the last resort, and it becomes very unfortunate when it is a black man or a black woman getting killed by the police. But I mean, what do you expect for anybody to do when you got nobody else to reach out to. You done tried therapy. You done tried fighting back. You done tried getting family involved. You done tried getting friends involved. Friends don't want to get involved no more. Family don't want to get involved no more. Therapy not helping. You know what I'm saying? You done went to the hospital. For military, you put in a restricted report, but that don't really do nothing. You go to your command team. Command team don't really got nothing to say about it because they don't want to get involved. You know what I'm saying? So like, right. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a male, especially how it go for the males. So and I'm speaking on both situations, whether it's a male or a female.
Where the fuck is she for all black, bro?
You said
go ahead. I said where was she for all black, bro? I felt like she would have. Fuck yeah, bro.
Wild shit. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, sometimes it just ends up that way. You gotta call the cops. You gotta call somebody. You need help. What else you supposed to do? You want me to just die? Nah, we trying to survive. So I get what you're saying about trying to keep it in house. I hear what you're saying about another culture. It could be somebody with a hand chopped off, and that's definitely not gonna be me. But you can see somebody with a hand chopped off and they not snitching. But hey, some people want to live. Some people want both hands. Some people don't want to be crippled. Some people want to live to be able to see their kids, their grandkids, and this and that. Times it's too hard to just be sitting back and just not have any help. You might as well kill me at that point. If you're gonna take me to that point, end me with the first punch, you better kill me with that first punch. Because if you don't kill me, the type of person I am, something gonna happen. Something's happening. And God forbid it's the worst thing. It's a white person that take you. God forbid that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see both sides.
I'm gonna chime into what teachers. I'm basically capitalizing off what she's saying. So I have people in my family that has been abused, physically, sexually, whatever.
Same.
And so me being a protector of my family, you know what I'm saying? I get offended personally if I wasn't reached out to situations like that come at hand. But to her point, it's like, as much as somebody who is a victim, they're still also in their mindset, and it depends. You might look at it different as a protector, but from a victim's point of view, even though they're not claiming victimhood, they're still trying to protect you. So they like, I'm not finna tell whoopty whoop because I know if he find out, then it's gonna go there. So even though the situation might be resolved, then okay, now he going to jail or he might get hurt. So she don't know who to run to. You feel me? Because she trying to protect you, and on top of that, she know your attitude. So it's like, even though she mad at bruh and she ain't cool with what he did and she hurt or whatever, she don't want him to get killed. You feel me? So it's like, damn, I don't know who to run to. You feel me? So I think Aisha bringing up a good question, which is right here is, and how long do we wait for in-house to handle it before it becomes either life-threatening or detrimental? You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, but I
ask a question real quick.
Go ahead.
All right, I hear what all y'all saying. So my thing is about abusive relationships and that type of situations, bro. How much is enough before people walk away from that shit? It kills me sometimes how people try to hold on to toxic shit. I think that's also a generational curse. Motherfuckers be trying to stick it out. That's the most ignorant shit ever. You feel me? The one time I've been in one abusive relationship, and when we got to that point, bro, I left. Like, me as a man, I left because, like we've been saying, at the end of the day, if the police get called or if some people get called, I'm more in detrimental trouble than you are, man. By me being the black man, when the police come, they gonna be on my ass. You call your brothers and cousins, I'm not going, and they might not be going. So like, what does it take for a person to walk away from some shit like that? Like, I hear what y'all saying, but it sounds like a motherfucker just dealing with bullshit till it reaches a limit to where it's unable to be dealt with.
It takes what I said before. It takes what I said before, unfortunately, breaking that generational curse, because it seems like that's a problem for everybody.
So,
and then I also believe some people be afraid to be alone, so they don't walk away from fucked up situations. Like,
that's so true.
So you need to find you, my love. Like, why are you sitting here dealing with this bullshit?
I agree with you on that one for sure.
The thing about it, man. And listen, and like I said again, I don't want people. I'm gonna talk about it later. I'm never telling people to stay in abuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sexual survivor. I survived from being sexually abused as a child for 2 years straight. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be in hell, and and trust me, if I promise you, if I want to be one of those crazy motherfuckers online and say fuck black people and fuck black women and shit, nobody could ever judge me after they heard my story. But the thing about it is, everybody, I don't run that same fade on everybody. You understand me? That of those people who did me wrong, you feel me? Like I hold those people accountable. And the thing about it is, I try to make it right with those. I try to make it to where who better to understand me than the people like me. You know what I'm saying? Like I seek out other men and women that, yo, I get it. Like I stand with you. I'm not here to make fun of your pain and your suffering. But I'm also understanding that, hey, one, I'm not all for that damn let's stick it together and you strong while watching mama get her ass beat in the kitchen. I'm not for that shit. I'm not for that sick shit. But I'm also going to be real that, and I've had problems with even my kid's mother. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I never thought about, like, yo, I told her this on everything. If we got to get to the situation where we have to start using hands to communicate, then it's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? I love my children too much. I'm not going to let them watch me like that. And sometimes it has to be like that where, you have to just tell each other like, hey, until we can get to that mindset of where we can't talk, and maybe we might not be able to get there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, what we did have, we're not there no more. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I know, like I told a police officer one time, somebody thought that we were arguing in the car. We weren't. We were having a discussion. And she was the one that said, yo, I didn't call the police. And the lady said, oh, I thought you were scared. She was like, no, I was clowning him. And he was talking shit back to me. But see how it went? Somebody called the police on us. And the officer felt a certain type of way. The officer felt a certain type of way that they were threatened. And I would say, hey, bro, take your hand off your pistol. So my girl got out the car and was like, yo, like, chill. Like, it's never said, well, ma'am. And he called for backup, and they gonna come out with the pistols later. So I know what it's like to be in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, to everybody else, well, you're just another statistic. Oh my God, I know she must have been scared. I'm not scared of him. I'm not. But damn it, y'all made the shit worse. And it did put a rift between us because God damn it, I'm like, damn, I felt a certain type of way, but I said, damn, I felt like you wanted me to get shot, even though it wasn't true. She didn't want me to get shot. But that's what happens with couples when shit, motherfuckers trying to impose on shit that they don't understand rather than let people try to work it out. Now, if it can be worked out, understand what T was saying. Like, you got to let that shit go. And men, that doesn't mean you fail if you can't, if she ain't the one, or y'all just can't make it work. Like I said, like, I understand. This is why we're seeing a lot of people like fuck the black community, or no point getting in with the black woman or the black man is not a protector. Like, y'all gotta understand, man. Like, that's an individual situation with that situation. That doesn't speak for the whole masses and shit. That's why I don't like when they be doing that shit. Well, what are women gonna do? What do you mean? What are women gonna do? There's men out there that will kill a black man. I know niggas that will fuck you up in Walmart, bro, if you talk to your woman crazy, bro. They don't even know who the fuck your woman is, bro. They just do it. But they don't have PTSD of when they were. It's like, that's what I'm saying, dude. There's too many niggas that will fuck you up on GP just because they have that of, yo, that could have been somebody's mama or my cousin or something. Like, that's what I say, bro. Like, we gotta stop this shit, bro. That like, we're all for the abuse and all this other shit. No, man, that's not how we think, man. But we got that stigma on us that we're like that. My bad, bro. I ain't even going to preach, man.
BMT, Straw Hat, and Teach. The conversation was generational curses and snitching. Y'all tapping in, or y'all saying that's cat?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Not snitching is a generational curse. I believe that's true.
Tap. The BMT.
I'm gonna have to say it is a real thing, but it's more layered than that. But I'm gonna have to say it is a real thing, man.
So you tapping in?
No. That's cap, bro. Fuck that. Actually, we got proof. Then shout out to motherfucking Biden and Kamala Harris. The '94 crime bill was when actually the black community had gotten with the police and the fucking state to get rid of all the crime. Like fuck that, bro. As much as niggas be snitching in the black community, ain't that much goddamn. We hope that it's only a small individual group that we be doing that.
On which umbrella you come under, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, for the most part, black people ain't for the criminal element and shit. Like y'all, man, we too law. If anything, we're too law abiding. Then, if anything, than that, I don't know why people saying like we're the bad people, but fuck that bald head scallywag bitch. I'll say it again. No, we are not fucking.
So you going with Cap?
Yeah, Cap. I'm going with Cap. We're not on that. We're not on that fucking criminal element shit.
I'm sorry. I definitely asked what was the question, but y'all start going off. So,
so is snitching a generational curse that needs to stop? Tap or Cap?
Is snitching a generational curse that needs to be stopped? Damn, that does have a lot of layers. That has a lot of layers.
I need some niggas from the from the hills or something, man. Y'all. Because I'm like,
because I'm like, I was raised in the hood too, but at the same time, I got sense. So it's just like, well, shit. It does depend. It does depend on the situation.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It depends on a lot, really. But I'm gonna say I'm leaning more towards. Damn.
Tap.
Hard out here for a few.
I'm gonna say it's leaning more. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the whole. People need to just fall back on the whole. If you snitch, you're gonna get your ass beat. If you don't snitch, this and that. I feel like just tell the truth. Just say what it is. And if you the person that the other person snitching on and you was wrong for it, own up to your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did it, stand on it. If you gonna do it, stand on it. If you about that life, stand on it. Like, that's how I feel about it. If you're not about that life, you should have thought about that shit.
This is a heavy one. That's a layered one, man. Again, we have Biden. Yeah, tap or cap. You got to answer, T.
Oh, damn. I gotta agree with you. I'm gonna just go ahead and say cap.
More harm or does it does more good to snitch? Like that's how you gotta weigh. I know it's layers to it. You feel me? But you gotta pick which one is more detrimental. You feel what I'm saying? Is it better for the black community to stay on the not snitching code, or is it better for them to start snitching and tell more often? What do you feel?
I feel like it's beneficial. I think it's more beneficial when looking back at how things went down and stuff like that. I feel like it would probably be more beneficial to not do it.
To not cap. So you saying cap to not snitch?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna also say cap, and the only reason why I'm saying cap is because in my experience, like you said, we all from the hood. I'm from Oakland, and so every time now I've either seen a cop or experienced in a situation with a cop, it's never been for the betterment of help. You know what I'm saying? My first experience seeing cops was seeing them 3 dudes, one being black, cop officers beat up like my mom's boyfriend, slamming him in front of the hood of the car, and I was 3 years old. You feel me? So it's like I've never seen. I even when I saw a young man defending himself against an older dude, and a cop was driving down the street, me and my pops tried to wave him down, like, "Hey, yo, you feel me? Stop." We just kept it pushing. So it's like if they see us destroying each other, to me, and I
They don't
can't
give a
speak
fuck.
for all cops, then it's like it's all gravy. You feel me? And then if you do call the cops, then they investigating your ass. Like, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? Now you're part of the situation. If you come off some type of hysterical or aggressive, now you liable to get hurt. You feel me? So I'm gonna say the reason why I'm saying cap is because people like Candace Owens, who says this kind of stuff, doesn't understand the cultural background that goes with the no snitching code. It's not to say that don't put criminals in jail. That's not what nobody from the black community is saying. It's the fact that we know that the justice system doesn't treat us the same that it does everybody else in other communities. So we don't snitch because we know once we're involved, the shit that we have to deal with to be involved doesn't necessarily benefit us. So I'm gonna go with cap.
Cap! That's cap! That's cap!
And with that being said, with Candace Owens, hold on, we're gonna move forward with what she said because we want to collaborate her story, and we already 55 minutes in. We still got a whole other subject, so let's try to push it in.
Yep.
So go through
Out
this.
of the vehicle and alleges, and there's a lot of evidence pointing out this is exactly what happened, that Tory Lanez whipped out his gun and said, "Dance," and began firing bullets into the ground, forcing.
Yeah, hold on, one more.
As he yelled at her to dance, she tearfully recounted her story to Gayle King.
I hear this man screaming. He said, "Dance," and he started shooting, and I'm just like, "Oh my God."
Legal analyst Royal Oakes is at the courthouse.
This is a real credibility battle. Totally different stories by both sides, and the defense hope is that the jury will scratch their heads and say, "We're just not sure. We can't convict him."
Today, Megan's lawyer, Alex Spiro, expressed concerns about possible witness tampering because Megan's former bodyguard failed to show up to testify for the prosecution.
You see things like the bodyguard who said to testify, his family lawyer waiting for him at the courthouse, and he vanishes because
let me speak the record.
Circumstances that
Candace
come to
Owens.
light. I can't say too much about it right now.
The bodyguard's most
I meant to bring that up, but then we got sidetracked.
Yeah, so go ahead. Y'all think that's
I'm just saying, man.
Y'all think her story is 100% solid with the whole dance dance?
That shit too cinematic for me, bro. That shit way
yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, just listen to that. And he's shooting up the ground and shit. Like, come on, man. Like, again, this is why I said, like, that right there is that goddamn Uncle Ruckus snitching right there. But you trying to sell the wolf tickets and shit to hype up something that didn't even happen, man. Of course, people who don't live in the culture or never been around black people, that's what they're going to think. And that's what she's trying to sell them, the worst possible narrative of black folks. Versus that kind of, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is shit like that. People get paid to do shit like that, man. Like I said, man, that bitch is a demon, bro.
Like I said earlier, these are actors, bro. Actors.
Listen, bro.
So
nobody better shed a tear.
To the point of me meaning to bring up what I forgot to bring up earlier. What y'all think about the bodyguard just kind of disappearing?
You know,
he came back like 3 days ago.
You said
he ain't come back in time though.
Yeah.
You said what about 3 days ago?
No, the bodyguard reappeared like 3 days ago. But my thing is, I mean, we see that often in cases like these, especially when the shit is kind of fugazi. Witnesses don't want to be a part of this shit because you're implementing yourself in some bullshit that you know might come back later down the line and backfire on you. And it's like, shit, do I really want to be a part of this? Like, do I really want to put myself in some shit like this?
But with that being said, though, it's like, I don't know, that's what kind of makes me kind of not believe anybody for real, because I'm like, that's supposed to be his bodyguard. If he's supposed to be there in her defense, right? What reason does he really have to leave? If the case is that he don't want to be in the middle of anything because he don't want to get caught up by one of Tory Lanez's mans, later on down the line, then does he know something then? Did something really happen to Megan that Tory did? Or like,
No, look, before you go, BMC, I'm just going to say the only reason why I'm saying that doesn't necessarily say that she's guilty is the fact that Tory Lane's driver didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't do his part either when it came to, you know what I mean, doing his witness statement and all that shit. So it's like both witnesses really to collaborate the stories, both dipped off in the situation. So it's kind of like there's faultiness on both sides. But go ahead, BMT.
So now we're talking with my line of work. So I do bodyguard, club security. I've done for a lot of Southern rappers and groups, right? So what happens is when these things happen, first off, you have legalized security and you have hired thug security, okay? You know, somebody you just pay to walk around and wear, okay, this is my security. I want you to carry a gun and all that good shit. But nigga, you ain't actually, it's not like the police are actually carding motherfuckers and saying, are you actual security? Now, here's the thing about that. Now, your name and your repertoire carries you. Now, if you depending on how he gets down and who he deals with, he probably don't want to talk with the police because he's like, damn, like I failed that one job that now ends up on national news and shit. So I'm trying to move on with my life and my career. These motherfuckers want me to be on stand and shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like a lot of motherfuckers don't want to be on stand. Like, and then again, and the awesome shit about it is because no matter what, the nigga can't win. If I testify against the person I'm supposed to protect, right? Then guess what happens? Then I can't let any of the niggas that, you know, after him, they ain't gonna pick me up. We're like, damn, you done testify on your own man. Why the fuck would I want to hire you, niggas? You know what I'm saying? And then you got it with her. It's not like Rock Nation. It's not like Megan hit him on like, hey, don't worry, I got a job for you. Like, I understand this man's like, yo, I gotta feed myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing about doing like bodyguard security. You're supposed to keep your people out of the situation. Like when the baby about to get into dumb shit, his security guard, you know what I'm talking about? That nigga, I done seen that nigga that had to yoke his little ass up and say, hey, bro, chill out, bro. Because then that way you still doing your job. But this is, again, that nigga don't want to get involved with that type of shit, bro. Like, I know it sounds fucked up. Like, he's like, yo, bro, I'm on to another job. Y'all don't bring me up in this shit. It's between two bitches and a nigga. And that's usually what it be. It just be bullshit. So he just want to.
It could be that as well, but also there is, I think I sent it in here, but an eyewitness said that he was involved aggressively. So when Kelsey and Megan were supposedly fighting, they said he was involved aggressively breaking up the fight. You feel me? Basically, he was being aggressive with
doing his job.
You don't know how they try to flip that on a nigga. Like when we all know in court and prosecutors, they flip what you say and try to use it to their own advantage.
And which is crazy because
him trying to tell his story, ain't no telling how they probably try to flip that shit.
Right. I'm gonna capitalize on what you just said, but okay, before we move forward, do y'all think that that's cap or tap? That Tory shot the gun at her feet and said, "Dance, bitch, dance." Tap or cap?
No, that's definitely cap,
bro. That shit too cinematic. That's too cinematic for me, bro. I know, bro, goofy as hell, but him saying "dance, bitch, dance." I don't know what movie that it come from, but it just keep. It's like dance, bitch, dance. Come on, bro. How drunk do you gotta be that damn funny, bro? In the midst of an argument, like dance, bitch. And you so and then if you listen to her lyrics and her verses, you ain't no suck ass bitch supposedly. So like you definitely didn't do what he was saying if that was the case.
Tap or cap?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say cap, but I don't put it past nobody though. That's some funny shit, and it does sound kind of like it came from some goofy ass movie. But I know a lot of goofy ass people, so I'm gonna say cap. But it's possible, you know.
It's a possible.
It's a slim chance. It's a slim chance.
Cap! That's cap! That's cap!
All right, man. So since he brought up the friend, let's talk about it. I guess I'll read it. Reports confirmed that both Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion former best friend Kelsey Nicole have tested positive for gun shot residue, meaning they were both in close proximity when the gun was shot. It's unknown who shot the gun. Now that's one, and then we also have this that also puts things into question.
At the end of the day, this all stemmed behind some danglings.
Which is crazy.
Because then we all thought that Tory was fucking with Megan, but he was fucking with Kelsey. And he supposedly fucked Megan, and they got into it about the situation because Kelsey brought it up in the car, like, yeah, bitch, you fuck my nigga. Like, yeah, but wow, type shit, you know?
So while Kelsey's not DNA, but while residue was found on Kelsey, it says defense attorney has called their first expert witness. Mark Taylor is a DNA expert who just testified that Tory's DNA was not found on the firearm. However, they did find woman's DNA on the gun. So, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel as though that Tory still shot the gun, no matter or not the fact that the evidence says that his DNA is not found, but the woman's DNA is found? Do y'all think that the verdict was fair on
Nope.
Tory?
Because if y'all saying that there's no DNA in his woman DNA, how y'all gonna have evidence to convict him of that? Like I said earlier when me and BMT was talking, I think that Tory and his people had the gun. I do believe the ownership of the gun was theirs. I think it was in the car, and Kelsey knew about the gun or had awareness of where the gun was, and in the midst of their argument, being drunk and belligerent, she grabbed the gun and commenced to firing that motherfucker at her feet or whatever, and Tory tried to grab the gun out of her hand, and that's how residue got on him, because it's not if he fired that motherfucker 6 times, 5 times, and she fired 1, it would be, bro, like BMT was showing y'all in the beginning, bro. If you shot a gun before, you know, bro, there's gun residue. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it unless you wearing gloves. And I doubt the nigga had on some latexes at that time.
Yeah, 50 Cent did a post. He said it's what the case kind of sounded like to him.
That's what I said, bro. She giving me Jesse Smollett vibes, bro. It's like you crying wolf, bro.
I'm just
everybody
saying,
everybody believed that nigga till they found out he orchestrated the shit himself.
Again,
we know that Tory Lanez was found guilty, right? But on TapN No CapN, we gonna have our own verdict based off of the evidence presented. Are y'all saying Tap that he's innocent, or at least that he didn't shoot at her? You feel me? Or saying, is it Cap that he's innocent, or Tap that he's guilty? What y'all feel?
I'm going innocent. Let that man enjoy Christmas with his kids, bro.
Sadly, yeah, I'm saying he innocent. He innocent on pulling the trigger. He's innocent on pulling the trigger. That's the most I will give him on that pulling that trigger shit. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Other than that, the gun thing, he shouldn't have had that gun. And that's the only thing I probably say what he fucked up at. Like,
okay, and what do you feel about that, Tish?
Other than that, yeah.
She always thinking hella long.
Because
because
the thing is, like I said when I first came on, I didn't give a fuck about none of it. So it wasn't like I was following the story. I mean, like most of what I'm finding out, it's hearing y'all talk about it, but at the same time, I don't really go off of hearing people talk about this shit because people create their own narratives. So what I'm gonna say is, based off of what y'all saying, because I ain't really follow the story, I think that I'm gonna say, you said Tap innocent, Cap he guilty. I'm gonna say Tap he's innocent off of what y'all saying. But my real feelings for it is, I really don't know. I think they're all retarded, and I think they all got something to do with it.
Tap that he's guilty.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like he's innocent based off of what I'm hearing.
It just It just don't make sense, man. Like I know.
Now, if I
plenty
heard
of,
something different, I'm gonna come up in the comments back to this podcast.
That's
and
fine.
be like,
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
You think we misleading you? You think we do that to you?
Hey, people misled me all my life. I'm not going with that.
And she coming on here about to give us a whole,
hey, look.
testimony.
Hey,
I'm just
that's
saying.
fine.
Or at
That's
least people
fine.
thought they
We'll
misled me all my
hold
life.
that. We'll hold that. But then is it also fair to say? Yeah, but I'm just saying. But is it not also fair to say that that this is going to change the scale of domestic violence for like how men and women, like you can have all the evidence saying that you didn't do it, and they still don't give a fuck. You don't think that that's not going to play a part in society now, especially in goddamn California? Like, goddamn, I'll never want to fuck with a bitch in California, man. Shit, it don't matter. You can not even be in the car, you still get charged. Like, god damn.
So is it going to change the scale of what?
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. That's what me and Jewel looking at, like, yo, this man didn't even squeeze the trigger or do any of that shit. He's still getting railroaded. This man's still going to eat these charges. That's why a lot of men are saying that this is bullshit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's like you going before JAG and they said that you did X, Y, and Z. And you're like, yo, but the cameras show I'm not there. It don't matter. We already had the trial. You still, you just got demoted. You just say, okay, fuck this. This system, y'all already had it against me. That's why a lot of men are looking at this shit. And some women. There are women who say this is bullshit. That's why we say, like, the law is just stacked against us. It's unfair. Like, I'm not for no woman getting beat on, but this right here, this is crazy. And fuck any nigga that's for this type of shit, bro. You know who you are. So I know.
I got a question because I thought you were asking a question when you said, "Does this change the scale of?" But are you But are you just trying to say, like, there's evidence showing that he's innocent, but they're not showing it? Or were you actually trying to ask the question?
Well, they already did. They already said, yo, there's no residue on his hand of him pulling the trigger. The thing about it, the statement that they had on national news, is Khan heard, Juicy heard, that Tory Lanez shot me. But then the evidence showed it was a female that did it. You get what I'm saying? That's why a lot of men are now looking at this like, this is bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying now? Like, all the evidence showing that a man did, all the evidence showing a man didn't do it, but the power that be are saying that, well, if we fuck what you niggas say, we still gonna do what the fuck we gonna do. So that's why I said this is not going to change the scale of how men view a relationship. Or is that you understand what I'm saying now?
Come back. So real quick. Hold on, before y'all finish, let me call it cap real quick. So we all decided collectively that we should
cap. That's cap.
Now, what was the question?
No, I was asking a question. Carl, I was asking, is this not going to change the scale of men and women you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have all the evidence showing you didn't put your hands on her, you didn't pull the trigger. It don't matter. The Court of Public Appeal is automatically going to have their verdict against you. You get what I'm saying? Like, now this is going to be in the back of a lot of men's mind. Like, oh shit, it don't even matter what the fuck. Like,
for this situation specifically, maybe it changed minds, but in general, I don't think nobody really gives a fuck. It's just the talk of the day, basically. Like, I don't think it's really changing anything. Everybody gonna forget about this really by Christmas. So I don't think it's really changing anything, to be honest. I think it's just here now, people talking about it, something juicy for people to talk about, and we're gonna go back to the same old. It's really not changing nothing, I don't think.
You know why I think that they... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You know why I think that they're going to hold on to this? It's no different than everybody remember the O.J. Simpson case. And everybody remember when he pulled up that glove and it said, if it don't fit, you got to acquit. Now, we all remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it puts the goddamn Kardashian to stardom. Like, I'm saying certain stuff, like certain benchmark stuff, they hold a precedent of things that like you just an average girl, like with the Kevin Samuels shit. Now, niggas are running with that. Like certain things I know we want to take certain stuff for granted, but they actually starting to actually stand out. Like, yo, you can't really take certain things for granted because everybody thought the Me Too shit, what females were saying was like bullshit. But now you can't deny those voices now. You can't overlook those voices now. Same thing for like the fellas. Like, oh, this is bullshit. I get it. You know why? But it's a man, and a man's supposed to be told to drive on and don't think too much about it. I think if it's a man, we're told to just, hey, that's just that nigga's problem. But in my mind as a black man, I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna be telling my son, yo, you gotta be very wary, bro. Like, hey, watch yourself out there, bro. It's gonna be hard for y'all brothers coming up. Like, this shit's gonna be real. I know, I get what you're saying, but hey, it's not that big of a deal. But into men, and the degree of men and women trying to be together or marriage and shit, this is gonna have a benchmark.
I think so too. So I don't think that it's gonna have a big effect on just how men are trialed in general. I think it is evident of why, you know what I mean, of evidence of how a man can presume as being innocent and still be guilty. But as far as being one of those cases where it's like, oh, this is the stamp of the main example, primary example of why we get treated unfairly in the justice system, I don't think this is one of those cases. Only reason why is because, again, you can't really prove on either side who is innocent or who is guilty. There are certain cases that we know off top that man was innocent. You know what I'm saying? People come out 30 years later, 10 years later, being proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if this would be one of those cases, you know, especially because it's so high profile being two hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was the common man versus a hip hop artist, then it's like, okay, I understand that, because it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It's always the little people versus the big people. You know, usually it's even on a cultural thing, it's the whites versus the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always like, oh, you already see who has a leg up. In this situation, you can't really see who had a leg up because there's grievances on both sides. Megan has grievances for being a woman, and basically everybody already presumed that she was lying before this case was even finished. And then you have people who are dragging Tory, basically calling him a toxic man. And, you know what I mean? We need to protect black women. So on either side of the case, there's grievances, you know, regardless of who is innocent, who's guilty. Tory now, because if he is innocent and he was trialed as guilty, then that means, yes, he obviously has more grievances. But you get what I'm saying? It's not one of those cases where I feel like it's going to be the prime example.
I like how you tie that together.
I agree with you. I got my own reasons for why I don't think it's gonna stick. I'm like, on top of what you said, I don't think it's gonna stick because it's something that happens to black men all too often for anybody to care. To be completely honest, it happens too often. That's one reason. And then the second reason is, I'm sorry if y'all Tory Lanez fans, but he not big enough. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
I'm like, you mentioned the OJ thing. I'm like, that's not the same. I'm like, yeah, Tory Lanez been around for a while, but I just downloaded like 3 of his songs this year. You know what I'm saying? He's not big enough. It ain't that many people that really care about Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be different because let's not act like everybody not on his top. It's not like he a Drake. It's not like he I don't know, Jay-Z, or I don't know. He not one of them. He not big enough for anybody to care, to be completely honest. And yeah, there is going to be a lot more people that may talk about it. If they do talk about it, they talk about it because of Megan, to be completely honest. Especially because she's free. She's going to be able to continue to make music. She's going to be able to continue to do this. So people still going to talk about her. Once Tory gone, he gone. That's it. Nobody not gonna really care after, like I said, after Christmas. That's gonna be that. And black men still gonna get arrested, even though there's a bunch of evidence showing that he's innocent. Nobody's not gonna care.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
To be a black man, boy. Sometimes
next on to the next subject, right? We're gonna try to wrap this up. When y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got a couple of guests. Teach, appreciate you showing through. Jew, thank you for coming through. Thank you, BMT. You know what I'm saying? Though we all busy. I know it's the holidays. Good looking.
Yeah, I apologize about my connection today, y'all. I've been in motion. I'm usually at home, but I'm out of town.
It's all good, bro. So look, Master P apologizes to Romeo Miller amid public feud. Basically, this subject is about childhood stars that was taken advantage of by their parents. Anybody got anything to chime in about? Any examples? Any artists that you can think of? Like you said, the OJ trial. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all know Michael Jackson.
No, you good.
There's so many.
Pay them kids their fucking money.
Black.
There's so many. I'm like, when you just think about Hollywood and how they run business and stuff like that, where do you even begin? To be completely honest, you know, they probably all been through it. They probably
Not
all
black
been through
kids. We always get our money. We always get our money as black children.
Hey, if you've been through Hollywood with it, you've been through it. You've been struggling. It don't even matter the race. It don't matter the race. You've been through it.
Y'all. But here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna focus on y'all. I become more biased now. But I'm like, listen, what those goddamn other churn got going on, that's them. I ain't fuck. I'm worried about my kids and our kids getting their thing. Y'all love the Urkels. Y'all love all those goddamn Raven Simones and Orlando. Orlando. Everybody know he crazy, but shit, that motherfucker might be accurate on some shit. And Romeos and all them black stars that came through, and they've been compromised and told to do a lot of weird and fucked up shit. So his dad, shame on him. Like, you his father and you fucked over your own child, man. Like, you know, that's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people were trying to get on Romeo saying, how dare you speak against your father? But
your father,
you know what I'm saying? Right. You saw Juicy. A lot of people were coming at other people saying, why y'all signing Romeo? He didn't know his place. And I'm like, and see, that right there is why there's a divided line.
Oh, Philip, you got time? We can get into it if you got time.
Well, the thing about it was, go ahead, Juicy.
No, I was replying to the comment. He was like, "How did he fuck over his son?" It's like,
just give him
your
context.
Your son done stood beside you since he was a little ass boy. We've been all knowing Romeo since he was what, 10 years old. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
since he had the Romeo show, all that.
His catalog for his performance. You feel me? This ain't no little dingy little street kid running wild, embarrassing you or nothing like that. He putting in work behind that Miller name. And he deserved his due diligence, bro. Just because you his father don't mean you get to take his income and spend it the way you want to spend it. No, break bro off his bread because he put in that work. You feel me? Yeah. Movies, TV shows, songs, and albums. Like,
Philip said, who front that though?
His daddy didn't front that, bro. He had a Nickelodeon check, bro. He had his own rap career. His daddy didn't fund that.
Who put him in position to do those things?
So you saying we gonna go into drug dealer terms, bro. So if your plug put you in position, and all of a sudden now you eating, and you want to branch off, you don't got the right to branch off, or you don't got the right to make your own money because this motherfucker put you on. A motherfucker don't put you on to hold you stagnant. They put you on to see you elevate. And his daddy put him on just to control the narrative the whole time. Like, that's crazy, bro.
I think you got to put in a little more context because, like, I get what you're saying, but like, At what age and at what point did Romeo have a problem? Because like, there could be a situation where, you know, your kid is making all the bread, but your kid only 10. What's your kid 10 years old about to do with that? So like, I'm just letting you know, like, just to put in a little more context.
Okay. So let me help you with that.
For people that don't know,
father and son, there's plenty that Romeo leaving out from his side.
I mean,
Like,
what is he leaving out? We don't know what P Diddy. I mean, Master P leaving out. Y'all looking at it as a father and son, but really right now,
y'all thinking small. You should be thinking big.
Yeah, bro. It's outside of father and son, bro. This is manager to fucking client. You feel me? If this ain't your father, you want your manager withholding your income. We done seen this happen with NWA, New Edition, motherfucking Destiny's Child, all these different groups coming up, bro. Because they managers is shiesty motherfuckers, bro, and they taking all the income. They taking everything. They not giving these artists shit. Same thing with sports niggas, bro. We done heard plenty of interviews, plenty of stories how these motherfuckers lead the game, lead the industry with nothing.
Facts.
Because they trusted a motherfucker and a motherfucker played them. What makes this situation worse is it's his father, my nigga. It's like, you my dad, my dude. I trusted you. I can see if you was holding my money and have something put up for me later on down the line, but that wasn't the case. Romeo said for the last 15 years, he's been living paycheck to paycheck.
Let's talk about it. If it invests you and my investment is not matched with your income, you owe me money. Damn, this nigga cold-blooded.
Who said he owed money, though? Who said
I don't know if y'all ever seen Jackass, the grandpa version, but there was a scene where he was just like, there goes my $500. And then the motorcycle dude hemmed up the dude who was acting, you feel me? He was like, he's more than $500, you hear me? Like, this is crazy. Like, that's crazy. That's how you look at a child, bro. You got a price tag on him. Like, that's crazy.
So like this is what you got. Who was the person that commented just now? What's the name?
Philip J. Fry.
All right, so bet, right? This the thing about it. Okay, I get, you know, maybe he did owe you money, looking at it as a manager to a client. But that's your son. Your son shouldn't owe you nothing. When you bring a child into the world, that child don't owe you nothing because you brought that child here. You supposed to be trying to help build the generational wealth for your child. That ain't for you. You did what you had to do for yourself already. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get the manager, the clientele, business or whatever, but that's your son. He don't owe you a damn thing, no matter how you feel about that child.
He said, "This is the business player, just how these rappers want to claim that these record deals owe them money."
I want to say this as a parent, and also, I covered the story. I covered that story, and I'm trying to tell y'all, like, listen, man, like, this is the problem why a lot of these kids in the industry get crapped out, because they, you know what I'm saying, like Beyonce had her daddy who was managing Destiny Child. I think do be something. Jude, you breaking up.
If we grown and my son want to come out of pocket and turn it into business, then I'll show him what it is.
Now hold on. Now hold on. So that's the case. If that's the case, hold on. I'm glad when people bring this up. Like, y'all gotta understand, man. And I deal with this type of work, man. Like, listen, we have this problem that black people think is owed upon them. Like, we see this thing. My kids going to the NFL, so they supposed to take care of me, or they going to do this and do that. Like we done seen a lot of that. But the shit is sad because if your child didn't do it, then where would you be at?
Right. Exactly.
Would you still want to be eating off of them if they driving a forklift at Lowe's or some shit? Would you still be trying to tell them to buy you a house like that? So you telling them all that stuff because they, for their blood, sweat, tears, and back, they like, you know, I want to do something nice for you because that's in my heart. Not because you're trying to guilt trip, shame me. Now, the thing about it, when they say, well, that's his father, because his father, he's there. y'all listen, man. Y'all gotta stop doing that shit as black folks, man. Like that's that corny shit, man. Like the boy, if you so much cared about as if you a dad and I'm a dad and I got boys, you should have been putting that shit in away for him for his doggone children, so that way he could put his children in a predicament. Not no bullshit. Well, you know what? He's the manager and that's his child. Nigga, fuck you. No. Romeo got kids too, and he got a family. So now he probably saying, well, damn, where the fuck is my money? But you know what? I might want to take my son into the studio. Right, because now I can't recreate that same shit. All right, Dad, you took my fucking money and use it. Mind you, I saw on Chris when you showed off your nice gold-plated elevator, when you were showing off all your cars and shit. And I gotta be for real, Pete. You weren't dropping albums around that time, but your son was. Your son was doing shit that was popping. So whose money were you spending? And see, that's a realistic thing that we
dealt with. Romeo, the one tripping, which I think is so crazy that to me, that's the biggest part of the story, Philip. Is the fact that how the fuck like people like Snoop Dogg, like, yo, Master P put me under his wing. He showed me the business. But in hindsight, you know what I'm saying? Like your own son is like, yo, you took advantage of me, bro. Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Hollywood Sensei. He does a show called, Talk. Was it? I think it's Talk Hollywood or whatever like that. But he said, two things can be true, bro. You could be a real nigga to your friends, but when it comes to your own family, you fall off. You know what I'm saying? Women can testify that all the time. Niggas will go to jail for their partners, you know what I'm saying? And then not treat their wife with not the same integrity and respect. You know what I'm saying? So things can be true, my G. You know what I'm saying? I think that's having that fact that you're saying is not a testament to his innocence. I mean, Master P already apologized for it. So it's not as if this is, Romeo's tripping. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
And then sometimes apologies don't solve nothing, I'm like, we talking about setting him up for his success, which he failed to do, So he's struggling now. You took that success that he could have had away. He don't got that no more. And he put in that work. Imagine putting in hella work for something you building for yourself and your grandkids and so on and so forth. And somebody stripped that away from you.
Facts.
That's crazy. Like,
that's wild.
But see, the thing about it that also Romeo got at him about, he said, listen, you quoting all these scriptures and talking about how you a godly man, but look how you built your empire. Your empire, you don't rap about. I did the content on this. On Romeo hit him with some facts, like, yo, bro, like, if you look at my music don't talk about selling dope and drugs and doing all that fucked up shit to our own people. That's your music. But you don't want your shit to be taken off. But you want to talk about how they need to get their soul right, find Jesus, and you talk about everybody from where we from. But that's you. That's you, Dad. But see, I don't see my coins, and that's another thing about it. Like, does your child have the right to call out your legacy?
Right.
See, that's the thing. Well, you can't. That's how he out of plan. But hold up, if my daddy is out there selling coke and drugs and shooting women, and it's putting food on the table, but is it a good legacy? Is that honestly an honorable legacy for me to be proud of? And a lot of people are like, well, he put his son on.
Live that folks can change.
He did what?
You
Well,
about to go left.
Like,
hey, let me give y'all a quick story time about myself, right? So I actually relate to this personally. So for those who know me personally, hold on. This is my boy Jew. He was just on the show where he said poor connection. This is his business, highly medicated meditation club. Actors portraying one way to the people, but a whole different demon amongst peers and family. Facts. All day, every day. Shit, it's preachers in the in the church. You know what I'm saying? Oh, pastor, deaconess. Oh, that's my man. He done. But then in the household.
Speaking of like preachers and all that stuff, that was that was making me think about something that I was talking to somebody else about the other day. Like, I feel like it's real crazy how, like, the people that do like the wildest stuff in their younger years, when they get old and they realize they can't move or nothing, all of a sudden you so holy now. Like,
Man,
where is this coming from?
right?
And then you
That's
looking
what I'm
at me
saying.
crazy, but I learned what I'm doing from you.
You.
For you.
Like, that's
Fact.
like, because you old as dirt, you know you about to go now. Now you want to repent. Like, I mean, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. I guess go ahead, do you, but do that. Do it to yourself. Don't bring that over here. Let me
Right.
figure it out.
That-
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? You know what, y'all too? I think back. There's a snip that y'all can pull up from Little Scrappy. Everybody know about Mama Duke.
Highly
Everybody know about Mama Duke.
meditated meditation.
Everybody know about Mama Dukes and Little Scrappy. And I remember how Mama Dukes was always trying to tell Little Scrappy on how to deal with women. But then after that, one day Scrappy had a breakdown during the show and started crying. And he confronted his mom and he disappeared off the show. And after that, when he came back, he was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Mama, you fucked me up." Because he remembers he was talking about how he walked in the room while she was prostituting and selling dope and doing all kind of fucked up shit. He said, "Mom, you ain't never think that shit fucked me up." But she said, "But son, I paid for your rap career. Don't matter. That shit still fucked me up. I can't ever get that shit back. I can't ever be a normal black boy or black man. I ain't never had nobody talking. So how I treated women was because that's how I was trained by you."
Right.
And his mom didn't have a rebuttal to that shit. Y'all gotta understand, some of the same demons that these old folks are talking about in the black community are the same motherfuckers that they themselves created. But they don't want to own up to that shit. That's why I find it interesting that you talking about how you be about money and business and treating your brotherly neighbor right. But see, it's funny now that your own flesh and blood, and God rest her soul, when Master P's daughter, Sally, took her life. She committed suicide. But she had an interesting statement saying, "My dad may be an angel or whatever in y'all eyes, but he ain't like that behind closed doors." Now, I find now we looking at it Master P's daughter is dead. She committed suicide. She had
talking about who I think you're talking about.
Master P's daughter is dead, bro.
Are you talking? You said she committed suicide?
Yeah, she committed suicide, bro.
Are you talking about the act? Like she was an actress. She was in a show. She was doing music. And
Look
shit?
it up. Look it up. Master P's daughter. I'm on my phone, but I can send you that shit.
No,
Master P's Master P's daughter. Like I said, his household ain't what motherfuckers think it is. Me and Juicy talked about that shit, bro. So now all of a sudden your son, who even then when your daughter took her own life, now he's coming out about you. Come on, bro. If your house is so well founded, if your house is so well foundation, you get what I'm saying, Con? Why is all these things spilling out of your household, bro? Your child overdosing on drugs and alcohol and doing all kind of crazy shit. Now your son's saying that, "Hey, bro, this motherfucker be janky with our money and talking to us all kind of way." Your ex-wife calling you out. Come on, man. Ain't no way 3 souls are calling out the same man and your brother.
Tatiana Miller.
My bad to cut you off real quick. Highly medicated meditation. I had saw that you said, "How can you say what that man lives personally?" I don't know if that was directed towards me, but I wasn't.
Philip J. Fry.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, I wasn't saying like the statement that I made wasn't directly towards him. It just reminded me of what I was thinking about the other day.
No, but
when
yeah,
I said,
but the thing about it, yeah. Go ahead, sis.
My bad. Go ahead. I was saying, when I was talking about people growing up, coming up, doing bad things, and then all of a sudden they become all holy and whatever. I was just speaking on that subject. But go ahead.
Right. But yeah, what's her name? It's
Tatiana Miller.
Yeah, she took her life. Con, man, she took her life.
I see that.
And she started coming out about stuff going on with her and her father. Now, P was like, "I'd rather keep this shit in house. I want this shit coming out." And I know that shit must have hurt Romeo. But he like, "Damn, even in death, my sister still can't speak her truth." we still got to keep up imagery for you. So y'all gotta understand. Sometimes that's how some people say, "Yo, nobody hear me when I'm alive, so I bet I'm dead." And I know some people thinking that's fucked up, but you can't speak on how that soul felt when they don't feel like they get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like this should be real, man. That's why how I agree when we speaking of the generational curses, where a lot of people be holding a lot of pain. Like everything can look good. We go to church, we smile, you know, ooh, you the husband with a lot of money, you the wife that looks pretty and shit and all that stuff, but y'all actually fucked up.
Right.
But y'all playing like that.
When you brought up his sister, Romeo's sister, Master P daughter, I thought you was talking about Symphonique. That's what I thought you was talking about. For a lot of people, she had her own show on Nickelodeon. She does music. She did a lot of YouTube stuff. She did songs with Jacob Lattimore. So I was a fan. So I was like, yo, I ain't heard her do nothing in a minute. So she would have committed suicide. I was like, oh, that's crazy. But still hearing this is also crazy. Okay, I don't know if y'all noticed, I was going to get into a little story time just to wrap my little
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
So as y'all know, I'm from Oakland, right? And I actually had a little small career as an actor. And like I said, I'm from the hood too, you feel me? Hold on, who this? The Ant Shell. Why this man wearing a suit? Because I'm about business, you feel me? Second foremost, you know what I'm saying?
God damn.
Second and foremost, you feel me? When I was doing my acting thing, I was a main actor being paid in elementary for this company called Stage Bridge, located in Oakland. And I was the main actor. I was traveling, doing shows and all that stuff. And I got recognized, and Nickelodeon decided to do, you know, like a, what do you call it? Like a rehearsal, or, you know, like a trial, or whatever you call it, you know, as an actor, where you try to get the role. And so I did my little video shoot, sent it in, and they chose me to be on a Nickelodeon commercial for Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? And all that to say, I didn't see a single check. You know what I'm saying? My dad took all of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get one dime. I didn't get to invest in myself. I even got I had a scholarship to go to a acting school. And instead of going to the acting school, my pops had me, you know, selling drugs inside the house, you know what I'm saying, during the summer. You feel me? So it's like, I relate to this personally because, you know what I'm saying, like, my dad definitely took full advantage of my checks. You know what I'm saying? That was my first checks as a young man, that I never saw a dime. I remember my dad, he gave me this look, and I didn't understand what was going on. Because like I said, I was in elementary. But, you know, I'm still, you know what I mean? I was a young man, though. I understood what was going on, but didn't understand what was going on, because I was like, okay, I'm giving him my check. I don't know what's going on. And my pops just looked at me like, damn, I'm about to take for my son. He was like, hey, you want to get some McDonald's? And that was it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, just because you're a parent and you put clothes on your kid back, or wherever the case may be, doesn't mean you should take out their pocket, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've had another situation where I'm not gonna put, you know, whoever under the bus, but I remember I was hustling and I made a couple of dollars, and you feel me? Slang pies and bags. Audition, my boy. Thank you. It was an audition. Yeah, I was, you know, getting my little hustle.
They still give me money for that. They give me money for
a whole bunch of money that I saved up, and I put it on my dresser. You feel me? And I'll just be honest, I'm gonna say what is my mom's, I guess, needed it for like grocery money or wherever she needed. Snatched that thing up, spent it. I'm like, yo, what happened? I'm tripping. You feel me? I'm like, what's happening? Where'd my money go? You feel me? So I asked my mom, I'm like, yo, what happened? She like, oh yeah, I took that, spent it on grocery. I'm like, Ma, why would you take from me? And then if that's the case, then you won't eat no more. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I feel like for people that's what's his name?
Wow.
Philip J.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
It's kind of like, you feel
it's
me?
so unfortunate.
When you teach your son that, or your kids that, when you take from they out their pocket, you know what I'm saying? You make their self-worth feel real low. You feel what I'm saying? Because the motivation it takes for people, even in our adulthood, we all have insecurities. It takes a lot of us to even muster up the courage to want to be somebody. So when we strive and saving, or even getting those opportunities, and you shut us down, you take out our pocket, it's basically takes away from our self-value. And we feel like we owe you everything that we, you know, that we have, you know, just because you're my parent. Then how am I going to have the mentality to inspire to want to do more for myself?
you know what, Con and bro, if I could, bro, I would have bought you a beer right now, or shit. I'll take you out to eat, bro. Like, I mean, I like I said, bro. Like, I know I've had that where my uncle, when he was out there on that shit, that motherfucker would used to sneak in my room and take out my fucking piggy bank jar, bro. I used to want to go down there to the goddamn store, and I'm like, dang, all I ever have is pennies. And
I think it's crazy how we can all relate.
You see, that's bad, man. Like, and you know, and people say that makes you stronger. Well, you at my grandma's house anyway. You at my mama's house. And when I told that to my dad. My dad went and beat the brakes off that nigga, bro. Like, he was like, boy, he said, you know how hard it is. And mind you, I was out there picking up cans, just trying to get money, bro. And you was pick out of the mouth of a child for your fucking, like, my children. I mean, one time I said I didn't have enough money to get gas, and my daughter gave me $5. She was like, here, Dad, here's $5 so you can go drive. And I said, no, baby, it don't work like that. I'm the provider, not you. You don't have to go. That's your money for you to go out there and play with your friends. And see, y'all black people, we can't be that. Black, brown, wherever the fuck you are, don't be taking out of your child's mouth or college fund or some shit so that way you can go get into your own frugal business and shit. Don't do that, man. Like, y'all be wondering why a lot of them leave your ass in the dust or don't even want to fuck with y'all. Like, we got to stop doing that, man. Like, all them times we heard them songs from Biggie talking about selling Sega Genesis games and shit to take care of mom and like, I get it. There's circumstances of shit that happen, but we do it's a lot of bad shit that's happened to us in churn that shouldn't have been tolerated or happened to us, bro. Like, I really feel for Colin on that one, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, I know what that's like, man. Like, I used to dog play the drums. I didn't know drummers at church get paid.
Right.
I was like, yo, where's my money? I said, you know who told me? The guitarist. He said, hey, brother, you should have a nice sizable amount of money. I heard they now paying you $100. What? When?
Right.
You know what my mama said? Oh, God blessed us. Now we get $100 every Sunday. So that means $400 I was supposed to be getting every month from beating on that church drum, going out there to revivals, giving up my Saturdays to go to practice. I ain't never out of the 6 years. Do the years. And mind you, I think my pay would have went up to $200. I never saw a check. I didn't find out that we were getting paid until I left the church and I was 19 years old.
That's
so
crazy.
my mom never bothered to tell me. She said, well, what do you need the money for?
Man, right? What?
I'm like, well, shit, that money would have been great right now.
Right. Then you heard this, like when I was told it was only a couple of $100. Nigga, it was the same. If it's only a little bit of money when it's your money, but if it's their money, it's you what? You feel me? A whole different conversation. But also, I want to chime in just a little bit more on my story with my pops, and not let me, follow my acting career. I don't know if y'all know who Zendaya Coleman is, but her mom was my teacher. You feel me? In high school, in elementary. So when I was getting this whole big acting career, her mom was pushing for it. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between my pops and Zendaya's mother and her dad, you feel me, was that they actually invested in Zendaya for her to become an actress. I remember I ran into her when she was in high school because Zendaya and my sister went to the same school. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'm about to take my baby to do auditions in LA. So, Nickelodeon's looking at her, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. She's like, yeah, but, they want $5,000 out of me just to invest in her, bringing her out here on a chance. And she like, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hope for the best. And that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Like, you taking out my pocket while other parents are actually investing, putting money into their kids to follow their dreams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, into this conversation about childhood stories, like there are parents who do it the right way and parents who do it the wrong way. Like he brought up Beyonce's manager. We can talk about which is her parents. You can bring up what's the sister's name that do tennis from California?
Serena and
Serena. We all know how they dad got down and made sure that they was taken care of. Now also I was heard there's some discrepancies there, but at the end of the day, he did take care of me. So good ways and bad ways to pivot real quick. Hold on, Teach, did you have something to chime in about? Did you have a personal story?
Yeah.
Shoot, I got plenty of stories. But just to kind of minimize it, since you brought up that subject, I definitely went through that with a parent that took what was mine. And I might not have known what to do with it, but you could have put it away from me. That it's a little bit of money now, but that could have did something for me, later on down in life. But I've learned to get past it. I forgave my mom for it, and I think the sole reason for why I did it is because I see her actively working on being better. So I was able to forgive her for that. And it's not like I need her money now anyways. I'm doing great by myself, I'm doing better than I want to say most of my family, so it's not like I need her money or anything like that. I feel like I just needed to see her do better for my siblings. And that's what she's doing. So, I don't got too much to say about it. She took from me, but she's trying not to take from the younger ones. And, that's all I can really ask for.
Right.
She still got some work to do. She still got some work to do, but
I think
it's a lot better than before. So
I think by her seeing you do good, is sometimes you don't know it's pushing her. You know what I'm saying? Like pushing her. Like damn, like even though I know I did, and I shouldn't have done it to my daughter, which she probably thought in the back of her mind, damn, if she did that and I did that to her, where would she have been if I had just pushed her like she's pushing me? Sometimes it be like that. Like, shit, Khan, I'm not lying. I told Khan, he be motivating me. I be watching how him and Juicy be working. I said, damn, now I got to step up and do better on my shit, too. So, we got to just keep, it's just something, like, sometimes, man, it's like I said, bro, like, we just want a lot of us as parents or people just to be better, man. Like, I get it. Times may be hard, and we know those bills are going up, especially for Christmas. But don't take out the mouth of your loved ones, man. Especially your babes, you know what I'm saying, or stuff like that. Like, don't do that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we the parents, we supposed to protect. As that P word is for protecting. Not doggone holding them back. And believe it or not, we have where some parents get jealous of their own children. You know, Calm dad probably got jealous, and that shit's real. Like, I've seen men where they've spoken down on their own sons, but their son is better at what they couldn't have been good at. Like, oh motherfucker, you think you gonna get out of here? I'm like, well, damn, bro, you talk like your goddamn son is an op. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm like, damn, that's your fucking blood. Or the mom competing with the daughter because the daughter has, mind you, grown men looking at the daughter. And the mama you think you a bad bitch, don't you? And I'm like, ain't nobody, bro, chill. That's your child.
Yeah.
And you know what? Girl ended up finding out that her mom wanted her out the house because her man is interested in the daughter instead of her. We got to stop competing with our churn, man. We got to actually help them, protect them, not fight them.
You preach.
This is a good episode. This is a good episode, bro. This is a good episode.
All right, so
Juby, where you at, bro? There, bro.
Ju, his connection went down. We gonna pivot to an actual star actress who can relate. Jeanette McCurdy. She was off of iCarly. She came out with a book. I'm glad my mom died. I don't know if y'all saw her on the Red Table Talk. She talks about how toxic her mom was. Go ahead, Tish.
No, I was just saying I saw that. Yeah,
and they actually wrote something, basically saying, walking away Wait, let me say this. Childhood. Yeah, okay. Of walking away from her acting career, she explained during the early March episode, I quit a few years ago because I initially didn't want to do it. My mom put me in it when I was 6, and by sort of age, I guess 10 or 11, I was the main financial support for my family. My family didn't have a lot of money, and this was the way out, which I actually think was helpful in driving me to some degree of success. And Curdy added that acting was always difficult for her. And she also said earlier that it was really her mom's dream, and she put her dreams into her daughter to basically live her dream, but then also faulted her for living that dream, like y'all said, like out of jealousy. So
yeah, her mom put her through some craziness.
Kris
And
Jenner.
allowed those people to treat her horribly too.
Yep.
Right. The people at Nickelodeon.
Kris Jenner. We can name Kris Jenner. We can name Tina Turner. Yup. If I watch Tina Turner's story, her mama even left her and abandoned her. Go watch the movie, y'all. Tina Turner's mama and sister abandoned her and left her with the grandma. But Tina Turner had a voice, and god damn it, that baby, she ended up singing, and she didn't even give a damn. You know what the Tina Turner's mama told her to do? Even though Ike was beating the shit out of her, just deal with it, just tolerate it. She didn't care as long as they were getting checked. And you know what's so sad? Tina Turner, now that she's getting sick and she's about to have, she said, you know what? My mom never loved me. She never loved me. No matter how much cars I bought her, no matter what I did for her, no matter how much I got my ass beat, all I wanted to do was get my mama to say I love you. And she never got that from my mom. So I let y'all know, man, it'd be rough out here, man. It'd be rough out here for a lot of these children actors that their parents or athletes.
Really entertainment altogether.
Yeah. Who's the NBA player? Who's the one that was going to college and his mom got up during when he got accepted?
To college that she
and she walked out. And she walked out.
I didn't know that was his mama. I thought that was like
that was his
cousin.
No,
that was his mom.
That bro, he broke down, started crying. But his mom, and mind you, the people came around. It's okay. Like, okay.
She wanted him to choose Alabama, and he chose something else. She got right on up and walked off.
Like she was the one running on the fucking field or some shit. Hey, bro, it be real out here, boy. We be chasing the fact. Some people go through a lot of abuse just to get that parent. And I'm glad that white girl came out. Just like Macaulay Culkin. Yup. He came out talking about how his parents fucked him over. Same way, just like Britney Spears. Y'all thought Britney was crazy, but guess what? We're gonna come to find out. All that money Britney was getting, she never had control of her money. Her daddy did. Her dad did. And they were spending
Who the other one? Amanda from the Amanda Show?
Yeah. I'm like, damn, boy. No wonder why these white kids be going crazy, doing all kind of crazy drugs and shit, and be depressed. They be.
It's not funny,
they're not really right. Shit. I mean, no offense, but I mean, I'm not trying to come after Joe Jackson, but that's why Michael said, "Man, fuck the Jackson 5. I'm out, bro. Like, I don't want no Jackson controlling my money." Everybody thought, well, Joe Jackson, like, I get it, he did what he had to do. But Joe Jackson wasn't always right. Like, sometimes it's not always right, man. You don't have to fuck over your own people because they have a gift or talent that you can't get. That's not right. That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, Con done made it. So, Con, make sure you buy us a house.
Facts.
No, bro. That's his money. Facts. We can say, Con, can you give us a job and help us fix our credit so we can get our own house. But you got to buy a house. And there was an NFL player told her, he said, yo, when he got into the NFL, his mom, his uncle, and 4 of his cousins, they all wanted him to buy them houses in Florida. And Florida houses are not cheap. That man left out the NFL with only $700,000. Fuck that, bro. Y'all can kiss my ass. I ain't thinking about shit.
I'm gonna go into this video that Jeanette McCurry said, and then I'm gonna also pivot to another example BMT mentioned real quick.
I am so disappointed in you. You used to be my perfect little angel, but now you are nothing more than a little, all caps, floozy, all used up. And to think, you wasted it on that hideous ogre of a man. Add that to the list of things you are. Liar, conniving, evil. You look pudgier too. It's clear you're eating your guilt. Love, Mom. Or should I say Deb, since I am no longer your mother. P.S. Send money for a new fridge. Ours broke.
Yo, I love Willow's face.
Can you imagine the entitlement? Like, the entitlement is crazy.
She doing that at Red Table Talk with Will and Will.
The entitlement, boy.
And then
you wouldn't do that.
Brought up New Edition.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We about to hit this 2-hour mark. It's 12:01 over here.
This is the last subject. This is it. We chopping it up right now. We done.
I was about to say I'm gonna have to let y'all go.
No, we good. That's why I said we're gonna bring up these last two, and that's it. That's why I try to rush it in.
Oh yeah, Lindsay Lohan. Somebody mentioned Lindsay Lohan.
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was doing things. But go ahead now. Tell us what happened with you feel me? New Edition, BMT.
New Edition, which they even came out with New Edition used to have a manager because nobody at first believed in them, which they actually got their manager to actually support them, who was not their biological father, and started helping them into stardom. He made sure they go to school, did everything they were supposed to do, like child prodigy, and started helping them focus their money and actually started putting it aside. The mothers found out that the boys were getting paid and took the money and had the manager fired and put a white manager involved, and they took over the money of the boys and started telling them that they should have dated fast girls. They started handling their money, which a lot of them they started making bad financial choices and stuff. In other words, pretty much their families weren't interested in them until they started seeing that was their meal ticket to getting out of the hood, which pretty much all of them got used. That's why when they dropped that documentary about their life, a lot of people were upset because it told the underlying truth of how the only time a black boy is useful is when they can get $1 out of it. So, yeah, it's pretty sad.
Okay, man. Well, y'all heard it here on TapN No CapN, man. This is a quick little hot topics, you know what I mean? Not our normal usually, but you know, when we fuck with BMT, man, we like to have these discussions. I appreciate Teach coming through. BMT is always
no problem,
lovely, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna come on here and nerd out a little bit, talk about some anime, but it got serious. Okay.
Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I was trying to coordinate with you on something. You feel me? Now, when you ready for those, then fuck with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Every time I've been trying to talk to you, I'm a little nervous. Oh, you know.
No, that's cat. TapN, that's cat.
Oh, so she be scary. So she be acting scary.
Nah, he said TapN, that's cat. I never said I was nervous. Come on.
Oh, that's cat.
Tap in.
It was. I ain't got no laptop, and I didn't know that I could get on like this by doing the video chat. So
yeah, so you can get on with your phone then, right? You cool with that?
Yeah. That's what I said before. I can get on with my phone.
This is what I'm gonna do because I don't even know what we doing for our next episode. We definitely gonna nerd out. I'll send you a couple of episodes. Majority of our episodes are nerd out conversations. You feel me?
Yeah.
But this is just a hot topic. Get out the way. You know, it's the holidays. Motherfuckers just trying to get shit out the way, do other things. You feel me? So definitely coordinate with me. You know what I'm saying? We definitely been trying to coordinate on certain discussions that are nerd related, but also wanted a female influence. So if you're willing to tap in with us and not cap, I'm cool with it.
No cap. I'm definitely down for it. Definitely let me know.
Tell the people where they can find
you. Shoot. Y'all can find me at TEESH _girl. You know how to spell girl. You can find me on Facebook at Natisha Brown. That's my usual name.
TEE.
That's the name I go by. TEESH. TEESH _ girl. GIRL.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I did it right real quick. Boom. Oh, is this it right here? Damn.
Absolutely. Right
right,
now
so
it's just usual regular pictures and stuff like that, but I am gonna be getting into cosplay pretty soon. I know I've been falling back on that. We talked about that a little bit, but I'm in the process of moving, so not yet, but check me out when I get in there.
What anime you be watching? What animes you be watching? Like give us a taste of 3 animes you be watching.
Top 5.
3 animes, top 5.
Yeah,
That's
top 5.
tough. Okay, let me see. I definitely like Tokyo Ghoul. No, that's not my top 5. I can't name top 5. I can't name top 5. I can't name top 5. No. I started off with that because I know everybody know what that is. But I can't really name a top 5 though, because I don't watch so many. But I like Tokyo Ghoul. I like Witchblade. I like Spy Family, something a little goofy or whatever. I like what's another one? I love 7 Deadly Sins. Right. So it was too short, but I liked it though. I like 7 Deadly Sins.
You ain't seen no Inuyasha?
Say that one more time.
I thought y'all women like Inuyasha. You know, y'all like them dog furry people.
I mean, I don't get into bestiality. Hold on. I definitely like it. But I don't mention it that much because people don't know about that. Like, that's one of those old school, you know, everybody used to watch that back in the day. Not too many people know about that one. So I don't mention that often. Whenever I mention it, people be looking at me sideways like, you know, the intro or whatever, like the intro. I'll like post the intro or something and people be like, what's that? And I'm like, you don't know what this is? What? Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, there's a handful that I love to watch. You be seeing me post them on Instagram, the little clips and stuff like that. It's just too many. It's too many for me to name.
You don't be exercising your nerdom like that. If I'm keeping a whole being, if I'm keeping a whole being, I mean some nice, you know, the pictures. You feel me? But
oh my gosh, you don't want to ask for the pictures. Come on.
I don't be saying no. You feel me? I seen like maybe some video clips with anime. That's about it.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean though.
I have never seen you personally post about anime or anything nerd. That's me personally.
No, that's what I was talking about. I don't post that much, and that's why I was saying check me out when I do get into it. But the stuff that I do post, it'll be like other pages, like video clips that like I really fuck with or whatever.
Okay, bet. All right, well, we looking forward to it. You know what I mean? I'm a supporter, so whatever you do, you feel me? If I can give you a shout out or you want to start putting some of your stuff on here to promote, it's all good, man. We
absolutely
we are one tribe around here. You feel me?
I ain't forget about the ones you said you wanted to see me do. Don't worry about it. I'ma get to it.
Man, I've been waiting. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Her cosplays, you feel me? But anyways, though, man, so look, we gonna wrap it up. I appreciate everybody's patience. BMT, you look like you taking a mug shot. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. This is TapN No CapN. But basically, if you're a BLERD and you seen it, to push your opinion. Y'all have a good night and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.